Hey folks, Jay Barino here, welcome back. Continuing Brood War Alternate, we're on the second mission of the Primal Zerg campaign. Totally new tech tree, very reliant on upgrades, very interesting, seems extremely fun to play. Heading into the Dylarian Hive cluster micro mission. I was looking forward to this one back when we played the Battle of Maltair to see how this would go. Primal assimilators have successfully infiltrated the Infinity Swarm's telepathic network. From intercepted data, the Primals learned about the Dylarian Hive cluster, a large swarm orbital complex over Dylar 4. Primal Zerg warship Kraken on perimeter orbit over Dylar 4, Infinity Swarm Fringe World. Mind Courier! Incoming mind link received. I'm so glad there's still Mind Courier. Pack Leader, Dahaka has told me about your actions on Maltair 4. You have done well. Thanks to you, we can proceed with our mission without any delays. Our assimilators have successfully infiltrated the Infinity Swarm psionic network and gained access to many of Kerrigan's secrets. One of those secrets was the location of the Dylarian Hive cluster. This Hive cluster is one of the main Infinity Swarm's bases in this region, and they have a number of combat operational behemoths out there. It will be up to you to assault the cluster and capture as many of these creatures as possible. Pay attention to the fact that the Infinity Swarm can reinforce its positions in any part of the Kaprulu sector within 16 char hours. You should await the Queen of Blades' response shortly after your attack. Ah, leader of the Brood Dahaka has picked you up back on Maltair. You should have more respect to Primals, Broken One. Is that understood? Of course, Elder. She gave us a free way into Broken Zerg territory, Zervin. Don't be so easy to discard her. I've never understood your enthusiasm about the swarm puppets, Dahaka. She may be useful, but she is broken. You know what I think about broken. I do. Pack Leader, begin the mission whenever you're ready. Be prepared to fight the Infinity Swarm reinforcements at any time. Alright, capture behemoths. So those are stronger guardians, we learned from the vanilla campaigns like Zaz's behemoth. Your main objective, Pack Leader, will be to protect our lesser leaders on their way to the behemoths. They will be able to take control over these creatures and bring them to us. Oh, so these assholes that shoot plague also function as transports. Pack Leader, I have sent several lurkers onto the field to assist you. Use them well. Primal Lurker. Nice. So these are just, I think these are just normal lurkers. The implication being that the Dominion should never, not the Dominion, but the Infinity Swarm faction of Zerg, when we fight them, should never have their own lurkers, which is good for us. Wow, look at that. 24 damage. That is so flippin' good at +2 attack. Okay. Let's check it out. Which way do we want to go? I guess down here. So let's, burrow? These are just normal Zerglings. And then we've got the Primal Leaders. So these function as our pilots, but they also can Dark Swarm and Maelstrom. Huh. Okay, so let's Dark Swarm here. Unburrow, move in, burrow. And they'll be able to kill the Sunken Colony. We can also move in with our Sikaris. Very cool. I like that our pilot equivalents are actually useful. Okay, so you're the one that just used your ability, so why don't you hop in there because you have less energy. Wow, look how fast they regenerated. I'm gonna have to check this out after we take some damage. But that unit and structure regeneration, I'll have to see how much it actually is comparatively to like the normal Zerg regeneration rate or the Protoss shield regeneration rate, because it seems like a lot. Okay, burrow here. Let's keep moving up. I mean, we have +3 Carapace. That's pretty strong. The only thing I'm going to have to get used to is the fact that our Sakaris will never be able to move fast, unless there's like an upgrade further down that's like tier 3 tech that allows them to move a little bit faster. From what I can tell, it seems like Primelings are going to be extremely strong, but only once they're leveled up. They're extremely weak at the beginning and going to be extremely strong because they got +3 for +3 attack. So they went from 2 damage to 5 damage, implying they'll go to 8 damage. And then 11 damage total. That is so strong. I guess let's keep going down along here. Let's also watch the HP here. I'm kind of taking a chance that there's no overlords. Yeah, that is pretty fast comparatively. That seems like double or maybe even triple the base Zerg HP regeneration. Wow. Okay. Why don't you hop on in here? On Burrow. There was another way to go. Maybe we should take that to get to the last one, or maybe it's connected at the bottom here. I don't know. Again, we could pretty much just wander right into this stuff. Just move up and burrow and then follow up with the Sakari. Because these do a lot of damage as well. I think these are just normal lurkers, but only the primals have them, hence they're primal lurkers. But I think their upgrade benefits are the same as well. It's just going to be hard to get a feel for power parity, if you will. Like, when you see one Hydralisk and it has a certain amount of upgrades, and you have a Sakari with a certain number of upgrades, it's just sort of understanding and gaining a confidence for how strong your units can be, if that makes sense. So let's Dark Swarm here. Whereas, like, that comes a lot more natural to me with the other races, because I know, just at a core level, how much I can rely on each individual unit to do a certain amount of damage in a certain situation to another specific unit. Whereas primals are different, so we're just gonna have to get a feel for that as we move on. Let's just walk up here. Burrow. Hasn't been any detection at this section, so no detection in this section. Yeah, sure. Just do this again. But for the most part, it just seems like we do more damage. Like, each individual unit is valued a lot higher than each individual Zerg unit. The primal units are just a lot stronger all around, and become a lot stronger, specifically when they're upgraded. Okay, lurkers. Yeah, look at that. 8 damage. That is awesome, and they have more HP than Zerglings. So, like, one Primeling, specifically when it's upgraded, is going to be really strong. It's still quite fragile. It's a little less fragile than a normal Zergling, but it does so much damage. We're just going to tear through bases with these things, assuming we can get into bases with them. They are just going to be the perfect follow-up to just annihilate buildings. Okay. Let's say we should at each section. Let's save so that I don't have to replay too much. Nope. Leader allows to cover our minions from hostile air support with Dark Swarm. Yes, sir. He's attacking the one that's under the swarm. Ah, that's an actual behemoth. I was going to say, this thing has a lot of HP. I didn't even review these. 4 flyer carapace and they do 40 damage. That's pretty good. All right, so there is vision down here. Again, keep in mind, our Primelings are so much stronger. And these are 0-0, so we got to look out and just see... Just look out for the Guardians, that's it. No, come back. Please. Ah, we can't quite hit it. All right, you back up. Right there. Did I lose a Sakari, or did I only have 3? I think I must have only had 3. I don't know. All right, this opens the way considerably to 2 more. Move on down here. I just want to see how fast these can kill one spore colony. Oh, and that's only +2. They're only going to get better. So these are almost, I would almost consider these like Dragoons. in terms of power level. Like, one Sakari is similar to one Dragoon. They're kind of slow. That's going to cause their pathing to be a little wonky, etc., etc. Who doesn't have much energy? Go ahead and take this. We don't have consume or anything like that. There's probably going to be another Guardian, almost definitely. All right, back up. Maybe not, I don't know. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. All right, this is a pretty easy section. Something tells me Primalings are going to very quickly become my favored unit. The thing is, these things just they're going to tear through ground, which kind of makes Lurkers a little redundant in that sense. Pack Leader, we can render these Broken Zerg vulnerable with Maelstrom. I am familiar with Maelstrom. Okay, let's save here. Very large groups. Yes, the Chitons. Chitons? Chittens? I think it's Chiton. Primal Chiton. That's what I'm going to call them. Wow, this thing gets 5 damage per upgrade. Oh, my word. Okay, so let's Maelstrom as E. That's pretty good. And Maelstrom lasts a decent amount of time. Keep in mind, we're gonna end up hitting our own stuff with it. There we go. Please kill the Mutalisks. Where are you going? I want to talk. Why did he take so much damage? I don't know what was hitting him, but... Okay, that was a lot of energy used there, but that's okay. Let's inspect. Did I save at the beginning of I don't remember, so let's just do it again. Do any vision down here, perhaps? Whoop, look out. It's alright, we'll Dark Swarm that. I don't know if we'll be able to hit that from the high ground. Why don't we Dark Swarm here? At least we can kill the Mutalisk. I feel like we're technically on the high ground, but we can't... This thing has vision on us, so I guess we're not technically on the high ground. Okay, yeah, we can hit this. That's good. We could go along the side and see if we can hit more of these. Let's go look. That looks like it. Okay. So this is a freebie. I wouldn't say a freebie, but all right, hop on here. Yeah, look how fast this thing gets its HP back as well. That's really useful. Oh, that's really good. Okay. And there's 2 micro missions in this campaign. The macro missions in the vanilla game are all pretty long and tedious, but in this case, it's going to be Primal versus Zerg as opposed to Terran v Terran. I struggled a lot with Terran v Terran, so this might be a little more tolerable. We'll see. I mean, macro missions in UED's campaigns, though, are not easy. And these leaders are not super fragile. I mean, 150 HP doesn't mean they're going to get completely massacred straight away. That's... Especially if we can get Burrow on them in the macro missions, we can kind of hide them away. Let's see what's up here. Nothing. Okay, we gotta be careful. We got a lot of spellcasters this map, but not many combat units, so we gotta be very careful. Let's be ready to Dark... Well, now we don't even need to. Dark Swarm actually would have been worse. Okay, move on up. It's cool that these things have built-in Maelstrom as well. Here, just do this. Oops! That's what happens in StarCraft 1 if you have multiple spellcasters selected. A lot of energy wasted there, unfortunately. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, we have enough for more Dark Swarms. And that's all that matters. Move on up. Here, we can at least utilize the existing Dark Swarms to pull this to us. Or we'll just kill it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, let's Dark Swarm right here. Poof! And use the Chiton. It attacks slower than an Ultralisk. But not... And it's noticeable, but not by a huge amount. What is it doing? It blinds units that it hits? I didn't notice that at first. How interesting. Alright, hop on here. That's very interesting. Okay. Energy region's working out fine. It looks like we're gonna have to go down here. Let's go this way first, because this looks like the dead end. We'd have to backtrack to it, so let's just do this first. That looks like Maelstrom, if you ask me. So let's get into position. Hit this. Get in there with the chitin. Hit him one more time. And he's blinded. I can't really think of a way that would be extremely useful, but I'm not going to complain. There's like a really niche situation where you can blind spore colonies or something for your lurkers. Like, that does work really well in tandem with lurkers. Obviously, it's not going to work against overlords or anything like that, but still. That's really interesting. All right, can we fit through here? I actually don't think we can fit through there. Let's just go the other way, because we can come down here and get this one first anyway. And then we'll have the high ground, and then we can swarm from the top where it can't see us anyway in the first place. This is very, very refreshing to play, though I can't imagine the amount of work that goes into do this, especially in Remastered. Probably a big pain in the butt to get all this to work. Look, our Ultralisk, or chitin, is already back at green. Back in a solid green. Let's, I mean, we could Dark Swarm this, or we Maelstrom. They're both the same amount of energy, right? Yes, they are both the same. So just Maelstrom here. Boom. Maelstrom doesn't last nearly as long as Dark Swarm. That's the difference. But it can hit an unlimited amount of units. And it can hit our own units as well. So it's going to be... I think it's going to be tough to use. It's going to be tough to use correctly, especially on macro maps, but we'll do our best. Get up there, buddy. Once again, fighting the game. Fighting the game's pathfinding and interface more than the maps themselves. This is fun, though, even though it's not hard. That's something I think a lot of people could learn from as well. Things don't have to be, like, mondo challenging in order to be fun. This is a good example of that. Nice blind. He's getting them. All right, Dark Swarm. Poof. Go get him. Dark Swarm does not work on... what we could do now that it's blind is then we could, like, back out and then attack it with the Hydralisks on top of the ramp. Again, like, it's a really niche situation that isn't even necessary, but it's just... it's interesting that you could do that. Pack Leader, we've captured a number of infested Terran command centers. The infested will be sent to you at once. Huh, okay. So we're going to have infested Terrans. Okay, we have 6 Pack Leaders. We have 2 infested Terrans. Let's save. Looks like we're just going to rely on Dark Swarm a lot here, so never mind. None of these started with enough. One of them started with enough. Let's see what's up here first. Just Dark Swarm there. I see a Nidus Canal also, so let's avoid allowing too many units to... In fact, let's go for that first. Oh! 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 It all makes sense. Okay, so it's ours. Let's move on up here. We'll Dark Swarm this. I realize we don't have enough energy, but we will in a brief second. Gotta stockpile those infested Terrans, because Big J Barino's got too good to use syndrome. We'll hit this, and then we'll use this guy who's out of energy to take this behemoth. The other thing we could do, too, is just not use any of the leaders until the very end, because they're very useful. But when this guy has no energy and it's going to take him a while to be able to cast anything, we might as well just capture that one. This is cool. I wish that the Battle of Maltair was recreated in this way, such that it's more of like a mildly easy puzzle situation as opposed to like spammed stuff. But this is it's just very different. It's really interesting. Why don't we get stuck? Why don't we just Dark Swarm right there? Yes, come into the swarm. Okay, no problem. I don't even know. I mean, the fact that we can Dark Swarm, I can't think of a situation where we would even need to use these infested Terrans. Maybe like really large clumps of Zerglings. I don't know. Swarm there. Anything down here? No. Well, there's that, but... Because we could swarm for the infested Terrans as well. These do 200? 500? Good God, that's even more than I remember. Alright, I'm not going to take this behemoth just yet. This thing can survive hits from the sunken colony as we go up here. Right there. Neat idea, though, to be able to use infested Terrans, though I don't think I'm going to have to. Well, here we can. I mean, we could also Maelstrom it. That's the thing. There's a lot of options. Go get him. Boom! Here, go hit this too. Go ahead. It's great. Let's clear this out too. Looks like just a sunken colony. Go ahead. And we're gonna get more as well. Nice. Where's my other chitin? Oh, okay. We gotta be careful we don't kill our own chitins. Because we could. Yes, give me more, please. Thank you. Okay. You waddle over and take this one. All of you come on up here, or down here, rather. And we gotta get through this, which we're just gonna run in infested Terrans. We could also Maelstrom. I mean, there's a plethora of options, which is the best part. Okay, and then you take this, so we don't have to backtrack. 3 defilers, or 3 leaders is enough. I gotta start changing my vernacular here.
Let me serve immediately.
Okay, so let's like swarm here. And then attack with the chitins. And then we'll individually hit the sunken colonies because we can get to them. Excellent. Excellent. Go get them. Okay, that's it. Just attack. Alright, I used my infested Terrans even though I didn't have to. There's Jay Barino fighting back against his too good to use syndrome. Here, take this. Take this. That's all 3. I don't even think we've lost a single primal unit. Pack Leader, we've spotted the Infinity Swarm's behemoth on approach vector to Dylar 4. A number of overlords have been launched from it. Save. There's our behemoths. They're coming in. None of this is attackable. Let's gather up over this ramp. This must be the reinforcements Rashagal warned us about. Pack Leader, prepare our new Space Force to repel the intruders. Well, our Space Force is very strong. Yeah, let's, so 30 seconds they're gonna show up. These things are gonna float. We wanna try to have them be able to attack as things come out of the Nidus, so kinda put them near the edges. And we wanna force them to have to come up this ramp towards us. In fact, no, because they're gonna be able to see us anyway, even though we're on the high ground, so I think... Pack Leader, we're being contacted by the Infinity Swarm Behemoth. I do not know from which renegade brood you came from, but I suggest you cease and desist now. I am Zaz, Cerebrate of the Infinity Swarm, and in the name of the Queen of Blades, I suggest you a last chance to stop your I give you a last chance to stop your foolish resistance. It's a lot of Hydralisks. All right. I guess they'd have to be ground units because we captured behemoths. Cerebrate Zaz, I expected your brood to arrive much sooner. You should know that we are not part of some various renegade brood, but part of the only true Zerg race, the Primal Zerg. Primal Zerg? You want to tell me you came all this way here from Xeris itself? That is right, Cerebrate. We are here to take claim over this sector's broken Zerg and your essence, and you will not stop us. You dare threaten a Cerebrate and this entire swarm? I will not allow you to live with this. You will be the doom of us all. Okay, lots of Hydralisks. Whoa, 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 yeah, stay back. Holy shit, that is so... that is so many. Force them back up the ramp, please. Force them to come up the ramp. That's all we have to do here. There we go. Wow, these are strong. I don't know if we could have taken these out if they had a full conclave on us, but regardless, this is good. All right, we have impressed most of the Dylarian behemoths into our fleet, etc., etc. I don't even think we lost one. We almost lost one because it was floating around like an idiot, but poor Zaz, he can't do anything. He's just going to sit here and watch as we've wiped all of his silly Hydralisks. Got him! Nice, that was a fun one. Very easy, but fun. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.